you've been in the sport like a really long time, like you're 40 now, and to accomplish everything you did this year at 39, 40 is massive. But I think the one thing is, like, it's super relatable to a triathlete who's been in the sport for 15, 20 plus years, is like how do you keep finding challenges? Like how do you keep waking up and training? Because you have two kids, you have a schedule, like you can't train until 8 o'clock, you know? I mean, yeah, like how do you make it work?
Well, I mean, the motivation and the reasoning, I mean, that evolves over time, right? Like it's obviously way different now than it was when I was in my 20s, and even when I was a brand new mom, it was quite different than it is now. Now we've got both kids in school, and it's also different for me than it is for a lot of people who have a full-time job. And perhaps to the people like doing Ironman and navigating having a full-time job, a family, and trying to figure out their training, that's amazing. And I'm lucky where this is my job, so I do get to, once I drop the kids, I really do have all day to figure out how to get my training in. And to the other pro triathletes, that in itself sounds crazy to them. They're like, no way, you only have from 8 to 3 o'clock to get all your workouts in, and how do you possibly? But then the regular people, the parents and the age group athletes are like, you have all day to train? It's just there's just such a range, right? So I can see both sides where I do feel like I have a lot of time, but then definitely when I'm in the depths of Ironman training, and a lot of what motivates me now is thinking about the caliber of the people I have to race against, and just knowing how hard every single one of them is training really pushes me on to train really, really hard. And so when I think about that, then I'm like, gosh, I don't have enough time, because I know when you have a family and kids, it's not always perfect, and there are certain things that have to go by the wayside because of family life, which is obviously much bigger and better than sport, and it's something I've chosen, but there are certain concessions you have to make in training.
You know, we were talking, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, you brought up this mantra that you're having where you can focus on the things that you can, like what can you do? Like what are the things you can do? And because like, I guess like you could look at it in one aspect, like you are limited with time, but then like if you, like say if you can't get in a bike or you can't get in a swim because like you said, your kid's sick, which I'm sure is like on your mind, but like how do you navigate if you miss a session or if it's not as good because life happens? I mean, do you move through it quickly, or like does it weigh on you, or do you say, yep, what is done and you just move on with it?
You gotta move on. There is no good that comes from overthinking or ruminating, or even if you have a great workout, overanalyzing. There is no, I can't remember who told me this or where I heard this early on, but there's no one workout, two workout, there's no magic workout that makes or breaks anything. It's just show up, do your stuff, you're done with it, go do your next stuff, and don't think too hard about it. Just keep doing that every single day. And eventually all of that accumulates to a good body of work. And that's what I focus on. If I wouldn't have made swim today because Sky's at home sick, it wouldn't have bothered me.
Yeah.
I would have like whipped out some push-ups in the living room and call her a day. Like it doesn't, it's fine. It's part of it. And yeah, it doesn't affect me because I know over the course of the next 3 or 6 or 8 months, I will accumulate quite a lot of work, and that's what will allow me to race well.
Yeah.